Yo, it's Dapper Inez, dropping another review up in the kitchen on y'all. And this time, what I'll be making is a bam, here go all the ingredients. But what I'm actually gonna be making is a simple garlic cheese bread. All right, this is very simple. The very simple as ingredients. The ingredients could be a lot of the ingredients. You know, everything could be swapped out for something else depending on your taste and liking. So this is the stuff that I like. So this is what I'm going to use. So with that being said, let's get right up into this. Basically, whatever kind of bread you want, I chose this whatever wheat bread here. You know, that was on sale. Doesn't have to be anything specific. Although you could use like a Texas toast type bread or a thick type bread. Just if that's what you prefer. But me personally, doesn't, like I was saying before, something happened to the video. But me personally, it doesn't matter what type of bread. You know, this bread's fine. Any bread you want to use. Texas toast, regular bread, white bread, Wonder Bread, whatever. It's all the same. Whatever butter you want to use, I'm using the margarine. I mean, country cock margarine. I prefer this type of butter I buy all the time. But if you decide to use real butter, you want to melt it down for a little bit to soften it. You don't want to completely melt it. You just want to soften it. Whatever Parmesan cheese you want to use, I decided to use this Parmesan cheese. I've always used this, so this is what I'm going with. Some minced garlic, cut up garlic, however you want to use it. It could be large cut, minced, however, it doesn't matter. Whatever cheese, sharp, it has to be sharp yellow. It has to be shredded. You could buy the pre-shredded, or you could buy a block of sharp yellow or extra sharp yellow and shred it yourself. But it has to be at least sharp, preferably extra sharp. In the stores that I go to, they usually have sharp all the time, but sometimes you get lucky and find extra sharp. So I'm using sharp for this one. And then whatever, a little Tupperware or something for mixing all the ingredients, and a butter knife, obviously. So let's get into this bad boy right quick. Oh, damn, dropping stuff. Let's get into this bad boy. Let me pause real quick, and then I'm gonna set it up and show you what I need to do. Basically, what I did here is I took what was equivalent to about 2 tablespoons of the margarine, and I put it in here. So 2 tablespoons of margarine, or softened butter, however you want to do it. You want to do about a half a teaspoon of the minced or cut garlic, a half a teaspoon, not tablespoon, a half of a teaspoon, because that the actual garlic is a lot different than garlic powder, which a lot of people use, and this is more potent. So you only use like a half a teaspoon of that. You need about a tablespoon of your Parmesan cheese, whatever you use, just a tablespoon. 1 tablespoon will be fine of your Parmesan cheese, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our butter knife or knife or whatever have you and mix all this together so this is all mixed up. So I'll be right back after I mix all that up. Now, when it all mixed together, it should be of that consistency. The garlic, the Parmesan cheese, and the butter all mixed together should be of that consistency, nice and easy to spread. And basically what we're going to do now is you want to spread it on a couple of slices of bread. And I'll be back on the flip after I do that. Okay, I just spread it on 2 pieces of bread. As you see, I didn't use all of it. The reason why I gave you those measurements because this is usually good for about 8 slices, but I only did it, I should say about 6 to 8 slices, depending on how liberal you want to put it on there. Now, I put a fair amount on there. I didn't put it on too much, but I didn't do like a thin layer like some people would suggest. But a nice amount. And the rest of it, you could just, if you have a lid, or you could seal it up and you can use it. And the good thing about it, it's butter. It's a flavored butter. You spread it on. So that's why you can make it quick. It's easy, simple, and quick. Garlic bread. You spread some on there, throw it in a toaster oven real quick. So so you could do this anytime, real quick. So after we spread this on, then we just got to add a little bit of the cheddar cheese, and I'll be right back. Okay, we got a little bit of the sharp yellow cheese shredded on, sprinkled on there. You don't need a whole lot, just a little bit, just enough, just to, so to melt down a little bit. And now what we're going to do is we're going to throw this in the toaster oven. If you have one of those toaster ovens that have a toast setting, the toast setting is fine on that, on the lightest setting. You want it on the heaviest setting, because what it'll end up doing is it'll burn your bread. So you want it on, unless you like it a little, burnt, but that's going to personal preference. You put it on the lightest to medium setting, because you want to make sure you have enough to melt the cheese. So with that being said, I'm about to throw this in the toaster oven, and we're going to come back on the flip. Now look how that looks. Doesn't that look freaking awesome? That's gonna be so damn good. I can't even explain it. So, like I said, you want to make sure that you don't overcook it. Okay. See, I like mine a little bit. I like my crust, my edges a little bit, crunchy. I like it when it's crunchy. So you want to make sure you don't go too much on the toast setting in your toaster oven. Most toaster ovens on their light setting is usually like 2 minutes. So maybe if you want to go light to medium, and you get like 3 minutes, but 3 minutes you don't want to have it in there more than 3 minutes. Enough to melt the cheese adequately, but not enough to scorch your bread. But yeah, man, this is what we look like when we're done with the finished product. And like I said, as far as the rest of the butter, you just put your lid on it and store it in the refrigerator just like you would normally store your butter. And then when you make some spaghetti, you got some leftovers, something like that, and you want some nice bread to go with it, you just pull this out, spread this on. Take you like in 2 minutes, you'll have you some nice bread to complement your meal, just like this. So, well, that being said, this has been a how-to video on some easy garlic cheese bread, and I'm out this piece. Bon appetito.